Good evening. I'm Bob Carole, and welcome to the Next Step. So I say to you out there, the public, do you think you're ready for the next step? Good evening. I'm Bob Carole, and welcome to the Next Step. Tonight, we're in Windham, New Hampshire. We're in this beautiful home, 4,300 square feet, level playing ground for all the investigators. And I'd just like to say that, what this show is about is giving you, the audience, an opportunity to showcase your talent. Or if it's not the talent, just to showcase the love that you feel for this field. It's a wide open field for the knowledge and the unknowledge, for those who are just beginning. And so what I want to do as the producer of this show is give you an opportunity to show that. So what I want you to do is sit back, enjoy the history of this home, and when we come back, I'll introduce you to our new investigators.
This magnificent estate is one of Windham, New Hampshire's oldest homes, built in 1740 by Halbert Morrison. The home is constructed of imported English oak beams, center chimney, and fireplaces galore, 6 in all. Dutch ovens and vents with the original cast iron grates are still intact, and there's also an Indian hideaway behind the main fireplace. Sea Captain John Christie bought the home in 1750 and ran it as an inn. Then it was sold to Asa Center, and the farm became known as the Center Farm. And it went through several owners, and by 1911, Laura Austin bought the home and renamed it Uncle John's Home in honor of her Uncle John, because he left her with a lot of money. Laura had a son named Chick Austin. Chick was known for being the owner and director of the Windham Playhouse. He was also the curator for the Ringling Brothers Museum of Art in Sarasota, Florida. Now, Austin held huge, extravagant parties with Hollywood stars such as Bette Davis, Richard Deacon, also Bob Hope was there. Chick was the director of the Windham Playhouse in Windham, New Hampshire. He was also a magician. He went by the name as the Great Osram, and it is also rumored that he played host to Houdini when he came to visit. This grand estate was also the way station for the Underground Railroad. 7 people, men, women, and child, died of typhoid fever in this home, and many were waked right in the living room, as was customary at the time. Recent residents all told stories of the hauntings in this home. Now we're going to wait until nighttime comes to do a complete investigation of this charming, yet supposedly haunted estate in Windham, New Hampshire. There is so much more about Chick Austin that we could do an entire show just on him. And maybe someday we will. Stay tuned for our live investigation.
Welcome back. And I am Bob Carole, the producer of The Next Step. And I'm excited tonight because I'm going to introduce you to 4 people that you've seen before, but they joined in as a paranormal group. And I'm excited about that because it lets you know out there that, you don't have to do this alone. And to me, with Frank, Lynn, Eric, and Darlene, they love this field. And now they're going to have an opportunity as a group to show you what they have. And the funny thing is that, Eric and Lynn were our first people on the show. And they got a chance to laugh at me a little bit because it was my first time. And it was like, how many times can Bobby stutter? And believe me, I stuttered. So now that I'm not stuttering so much, even though you don't know that, I want to let you know that I'm going to introduce you to our 4 next investigators and their team. And the team is the Synergy Paranormal Group. And think of that. They started here on this show, as individuals, became group, and now they're a team. And I think that's just exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to Frank, Eric, Darlene, and Lynn. Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
Hi.
You guys doing all right?
Excellent.
Excellent.
I'm excited for you guys. I mean, honestly, I think that it's just an exciting thing to know that the four of you have come together. I know you were friends before, but to see you come together as a group, that's solid.
It's outstanding.
Yeah, that's solid, man. So I don't know who's going to speak or who's going to talk first or what, but I want to say, how'd you guys all come together?
Well, I think our founder.
Well, yeah, I've known Lynn for a while now and got to know Darlene and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And we all are like-minded in our approach in the field.
Okay.
So I thought it'd be a great idea to have the team formed. I actually began Synergy Paranormal about a year ago with a couple of members who are not here today.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking to expand and trying to find people who would be like-minded and professional and dedicated,
Mm-hmm.
which they all are. And we've investigated several times together with some outstanding results. And I look forward to many, many more.
Well, I have to say this, and to you out there, we've held quite a few events, and I've got to know Eric, Frank, Darlene, and Lynn. And we had a sleepover here in Wyndham, and this place is for everybody. I mean, when I say it's on level playing ground, that's what I mean. It's on level playing ground. I don't care how many times you come here. This place will give you something different each time you come. But the thing that's really excited about this is that these guys have put themselves together as a team now, and you'll get a chance to see Eric and Lynn. You'll get a chance to see Frank and Darlene, but now you get to see all four of them. And that's the love of the field. So we want you to know that you have an opportunity to show the love of the field. So what I'm going to do is I see all these tools that you have in front of you, and what I'm going to come and do and say, Lynn, you got your camera, your flashlight, and you got something else there sitting in front of you. Can you just explain a little bit of what you got there for us?
Well, this is a pendulum, and hopefully I'll be able to communicate with the spirits,
Okay.
asking them to move it in a certain direction. Yes and no questions.
Okay.
Just a trusty camera.
And we all, I noticed that we all got trusty cameras. Darlene, I noticed we've done this before, and I see you still got your purple flashlight.
I do.
And I think that you're wearing purple, so purple's your favorite color.
It is.
Okay. And that could be passion for, well, purple is passion, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Pink, I'm thinking pink, but, I like purple too. I don't know if I look very good in it, but, purple's good. But the thing that I'm getting at is Eric, you got a few things up here that you're showing. Can you give me just a little idea of what you use for your equipment?
I basically use everything that we have on the table. The EMF detector, a K2 meter, digital voice recorder.
Okay.
There's some other items there that...
What's the K2 meter that you're talking about?
The K2 meter, well, would be easier perhaps for Frank to show it since he's up front.
Yes, the K2 meter measures, detects electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
It gives the feedback via incremental LEDs going from green, which is the baseline, to darker green, yellow, orange, and red, reflecting severity of the field.
Now, if it hits red, what is that telling you?
Well, that's the maximum on this setting, which is 20 milligauss.
Okay.
That's the peak level of this particular unit. So if it goes beyond that, all lights will be flashing, and that's...
Well, let me go back to Eric just for a second.
Sure.
Since that's the equipment you're using, Eric, let me ask you this. Have you had that go off to the red?
I have not had it go off to the red. We have had, some orange hits on it.
Okay. Which is in the middle, correct?
Just a little bit past the center, yeah.
Okay.
We've also had it go off with our millimeter simultaneous hits at the same time in a cemetery out in Wilton.
And you know, I want to say to you out there too that, you know, I've talked to the four of these guys, and you know, they do, or they have, I shouldn't say they do, they have visited quite a few cemeteries. And what I'm going to ask Frank is that if he could share some of the experiences that you guys have done when you've gone to the cemeteries, what you're actually looking for.
Well, we're looking to get EVPs, basically. I've never gone in an investigation of a cemetery and not captured an EVP. So if you're looking to get EVPs, go to a cemetery. You're most likely to catch them there. Obviously, make sure that the environmentals are conducive and controls are taken into consideration, traffic, other people around, what have you. But try to find an isolated area, use any kind of recording device that records audio, ask a few questions.
Well, Frank, here's a good question that most people out there who are just getting into the paranormal field might not understand what an EVP is. Explain it to.
Well, EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. It is basically a term used to describe anomalous imprints, whether they're sound or voices, that are detected upon playback but were not heard during the time of the recording by physical means. So there's a reason for that. We are limited in our capacity to hear and speak.
Okay.
It's kind of relegated to the mid-range of the frequency spectrum, acoustic spectrum. However, these devices have the capacity to record in a more expansive area of this spectrum, the highs and the lows.
Mm-hmm.
Most EVPs are capturing the low end of the spectrum. So, upon playback, you're able to hear what the device recorded. And that's what's fascinating about these phenomena. What's also fascinating, really quick, is that these are imprinted in stealth mode, meaning that, again, we can't hear it. So that makes it really, really fascinating about this phenomenon, is that it's imprinted in a lower frequency where we can't even hear. So obviously, we wouldn't be able to imprint.
So when you're visiting, you guys are visiting a cemetery, and it doesn't matter who answers the question, but when you're visiting the cemetery, are you there at nighttime?
Sometimes.
So spooky?
It's not scary. I would think it's more, we would be surprised.
Okay.
We have not had anything ill happen to any of us. We have been perhaps a little surprised, but not scared or frightened.
Well, you know, that's the thing that I want to say to the audience out there, is that the paranormal field really is about debunking and also being able to come to a point where we're not being scared. We're trying to figure out what's going on out there, and being scared is what we watch in scary movies.
Right.
So what I want to do is get you guys out on the hunt, because I'm excited, and let's do this. So for you out there right now, I'm Bob Carole. This is the Next Step. We're going to let Synergy Paranormal take us on this ghost hunt and see what they find. And you know what? These guys are going to find something, and I'm going to let you see it. So sit back, relax, and we're going to get started.
Remember this position, Bob.
Stop talking about it.
I think I have 2 pictures in here for tonight.
We're back. I'm Bob Carole, and this is the Next Step. And Synergy Paranormal Group. This is their first ghost hunt together in this house, and they're doing it on my show. And I'm excited to let them show me where we're going. So they've chosen the second floor. And we're going to go up to the second floor with Synergy and let them do their thing. You guys ready?
Ready?
Let's do this. You guys go first and I'll follow.
Watch the step.
Can you do me a favor, please? Somebody can hold the flashlight.
I got it, Fred. Go ahead.
Oh, you got it here? No. Thank you. Okay. Control shot here. All right. If there's anybody in this room other than us, I'm going to ask you to come to this area where I'm standing. Can I please get the flashlight back here? Thank you. No, it's fine. Can you please come to this area where I'm lighting up the floor right now? There is a piece of cardboard there with 3 green balls on it. I'm going to ask you to move one of the green balls at any time you like while we're up here. We'd be very happy to see you move one of these balls off this white flooring here. Again, anytime you wish. I'm going to back up and do it at your leisure. Thank you. And I'm going to give you another option to interact with us. And again, if the spirits from the basement want to come up here and interact with us with this flashlight like they did before, please do. Please come to that light that's on the floor and light it up. Or move one of the balls. Thank you. In the meantime, anybody have any questions for the VP session or any interactivity with their devices?
Could you tell us your name?
There goes the flashlight.
Thank you.
Is the flashlight on?
Flashlight's on.
Flashlight is on.
Most excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I did tap it in my hand and put it down on a face cloth, which acts as an absorber from the ground energy penetrating upward into the device. So for that to come on is kind of curious with an absorber like that. If there's somebody in here who's just turned that flashlight on, can you now shut it off so we know that it is you? Thank you. The light that you just turned on, can you shut that off, please? count to 3. Can you please shut it off on the number 3? 1, 2, 3. Please shut off that light now. Thank you. You can keep it on if you like. There's also some balls next to that light that's on that little white cardboard. Can you please move one of those balls for us?
Do you like the way the light from the flashlight lights up the room? Whereabouts?
You know what? That's funny how you say that because I thought right behind Eric, over your left shoulder. I like that behind the technique. Yeah, something's in that room right there.
Yes, there is. I think I caught a photo a few minutes ago with something in the
I'm just gonna walk over
like,
there.
glass.
See if we get something. Do you feel comfortable over here? Are you the one that turned the light on over there? Did you walk over here after doing that? How's things going? Any fluctuations? No? The light that is shining on the floor, pointing in this direction, can you please shut that light off? On the count of 3, we're asking you to do this so we know that you're here. 1, 2, 3. Can you please shut off the light that is on the floor? Thank you. Okay, what do you think, Derek?
Well, we've got the flashlight up. Are you feeling any sensations in here?
No, when I first came in here, there was a change right in this area, and now I don't feel it anymore. I don't know how you guys are feeling. You feel okay over there? Any difference? Not getting any difference in the
No,
EMF field there? Okay.
nothing.
Let's see, maybe if they prefer one person in that area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the light off again, and let's see if it's reactivates.
It is.
To show that there is control here, I'm stopping next to the flashlight. You see any flicker? No
No.
illumination?
No flicker?
That rules out any vibration from the factor of consideration. Again, I'll sit back here. We're all away from you. Can you please make the light up on the floor like you did before? Thank you.
Did you die here? Typhoid?
Do you mind this house. Can you tell us your name, please?
You know what? I think this calls for the G-force technique. What do you think?
Excellent.
All right, G-force technique, first shown to a wide audience. We're about to present you with some energy willfully so you don't have to siphon it from us or our devices. We're going to give you this energy right over this cardboard where the balls are at and where the flashlight is at. So if you're having problems manifesting yourself in any form, utilize this energy we're about to give you. Okay, when you guys are ready, you can stand around here and try to build that up and project it. Okay, it'll last about, let me say, about 45 seconds. I'll do it. Okay, we'll build up for about 45 seconds. So what I'll do is I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and right at 1, let it out, okay? Yep. So again, you know what to do. Again, we're going to give you some energy. We're going to present it right here in the circle of us, right in the middle, over this white cardboard. When we give you the energy, feel free to use that energy to move the balls or to make the light on the floor light up. That way we know you're here. Or you can speak very loudly into one of the devices. Remember, I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then I'll just let it out at the same time. 45 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Yes! Thank you. On the buildup of chi, that happens. On the buildup of chi, we usually get success like that. That flashlight went on the buildup of chi, and it was utilized. Thank you. And it went off. Thank you so much. And it's on. This is awesome. See, you're utilizing the energy we gave you. How many times has this worked for us? You guys are witness.
Several.
Absolutely. And we get to have a wide audience view the G-force technique in action.
Excellent.
All right, now you have a lot of energy. Can you make the light go off again? Or can you move one of the balls? We'll back up. Please utilize the energy that's in the field. It's still there. That was great.
That was excellent.
Boom.
That was excellent.
That was, now, I had stomped very hard next to the flashlight. The control factor was excellent.
Yes.
There was no vibration emanating from the floor that could actually transfer past the cloth into the device of the flashlight. Beautiful. Thank you so much for cooperating and making your presence known to us.
You did a great job.
We have some candy for you downstairs. Darlene brought it.
It's right on the counter.
I'm going to take another shot to see if there's any deviation from the markers, even the slightest. That was phenomenal.
That was excellent.
It was awesome. That was like one of the best pieces of evidence we got here tonight.
Yes.
That to happen right on the build-up of chi. How many times do we have that happen We ask for them to speak, and upon the build-up, we get all those yelling
Yes.
going on. And anyway,
Down at the cemetery.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any guys, any ideas what we should do now, or?
I just got a small orb on the floor.
Did you?
Yes, I did. And subsequent to, it's not there.
Well, you know, that was the first time I've seen something like that done. And I have to say, it's up to you to decipher for yourself what you see. Each and every paranormal group or team or individual shows you. And, you know, for a group that's just gotten together, they're pretty solid. So we're going to start wrapping things up. And I have to say, this has been a great night. So we'll take things downstairs and we'll sit around a table and we'll talk about some things. So, and then we'll bring in the one and only CC the Huntress to see what she thinks. So let's go back downstairs, and this is the next step. And I am Bob Carole.
Hi, this is CC the Huntress. If you're in the market for an IR light, I suggest pomps.org. Please connect with Don Wagner. He's the best. He can make any IR light out there for you in all shapes and dimensions. In fact, we use them on CC the Huntress and the Next Step. That's pomps.org.
And we're back. And Synergy Paranormal, I have had fun tonight. Thank you for your participation. The things that you guys have showed us tonight has been fun. And what I want to do now is bring on CC the Huntress and let her ask you guys a few questions. And then we'll wrap this up and call it a night, and we can all go home and go to sleep. How's that?
Sounds great.
And so we can all get a giggle out of that, right? Okay. So CC, will you come on in?
How you doing, love?
I'm doing fine. Fine. How you
nice
doing?
to see you
You
tonight.
know, it's always good seeing you, love.
How you guys doing?
Excellent.
You know what? I want to ask you something. Why did you get into the paranormal business? Why? Was there a reason, something that, you know, was close to your heart? Maybe an experience you had? Why? That's what I want to know. Darling, you first.
Me? When I was younger, I lived in an old house that had some activity. And I was watching pans fly off the stove.
Wow.
Saw a white figure in the middle of the night. Was scared to death and decided to meet some answers.
Cool. Eric.
I've had no experiences in a younger age. It's just a fascinating, enjoyable subject. It really is. It's fantastic.
Lynn?
I did not have an experience when I was younger, but I think it's a lot more fun to be out doing it than watching it on TV.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And
Yep.
I feel a certain bond when we have an experience.
Yes.
And Frank?
Shadow people. So basically, they had a big impression upon me. And obviously, watching some ghost hunter shows out there, and actually seeing these beings being recorded, it just gave me some kind of validation. Hey, maybe I should go out there and I can do that myself, see if they exist. And well, we captured some of those. So
And that's the whole thing behind the Next Step. To be able to see, be able to do your own thing, you know, and show people your skills. So that's great.
And the thing that gets me is that, you know, once again, I will say this. I'm excited to see the four of you guys together. I wish you luck in the field because it's wide open. And I think you guys will do great. I mean, tonight you showed your talent. And I'm just looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you and letting us know with your cemetery visits that you've been making. And I'm sure there's more that you guys will be able to share with us. And then we'll share them with you. I'm looking forward to that.
I am too. Hey, tonight when you were hunting, I'm going to talk to Frank first. What was the most exciting time of this hunt? What room was more riveting for you, and which one did you find to have the best evidence when you were with Synergy Paranormal?
okay, as a group.
Yes.
Well, we basically just in those little 2 rooms up there on the second floor. The best piece of evidence for me was that the Chief Force technique, which seemed to correlate with the flashlight, activating, deactivating, and reactivating during the build-up period. That to me was really good evidence because we definitely had established control was set, without a doubt, in multiple levels. So that to me was the best piece of evidence. Apart from that, there have been little pops here and there where the energy was strong. But I don't know, though. How about you guys? What do you think?
I think the flashlight was the best one we were doing up on the second floor.
I'm hoping we get some EVPs to go along
Yes.
with that. When we did all release the energy at once, I'm hoping we got EVPs as well.
That was a nice demonstration of releasing energy.
Chi.
Chi.
Yes. CHI. It
Okay,
is-
and explain that a little further, exactly what that is, because I know what it is, but I'm sure the audience doesn't now.
Yes. Chi is the energy flow of every living thing on the planet. As such, it can be accessed, utilized, and even shared willfully. It has properties of healing, properties of just energy transference. So it's logical that the Chinese actually have, developed this and created this theory. It's still a theory, but through science right now, like that was a little scientific technique up there, there seems to be some kind of correlation. Again, these entities seem to draw energy from us, sometimes against our will, and making us tired or whatnot, or draining energy from our portable devices. So this is a way of purposefully giving that energy to utilize for manifestation. And it has been quite successful, I'll just
Yes,
say.
it has.
Yes.
And I have to say, with all this that's happening, batteries being worn down, that are fully charged, those things are unanswered. I mean, they were charged and we know they were fully charged, and then all of a sudden you go and you start and your battery's dead. It lets you know that there's something that is drawing that energy. I want to thank Frank, Darlene, Lynn, and Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Blessed.
it's been fun, and we'll do it again. So I will say to you out there, are you ready for the next step? They are. So all you have to do is email me, Bob Carole, the next step, and send it in, and I'll be calling you. And to you, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
We done.
Oh, Lord Jesus mercy.
It's not easy as it looks, huh?
No. Good evening. I'm Bob Carole, and welcome to the next step. So I say to you out there, the public, do you think you're ready for the next step?